What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex G watching Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. Last Tuesday I watched Big Hero 6, and Big Hero 6 is a Disney animated film which is loosely based off of the Marvel comic book series of the same name. Now the key word is that it is loosely based off of that Marvel comic book series because it is very different. If you look back at the comics, it is very, very different from what you see in this Disney animated film. And keep in mind, this is a Disney animated film, so it is obviously a lot more kid-friendly than the content was in the comic books. All right. Now, I'll just let you guys know that I don't watch a whole lot of Disney animated films. I don't really watch Pixar films, if at all. I have watched WALL-E. I think that was an outstanding film, but I've never seen movies like A Bug's Life, The Incredibles, Monsters, Inc., Cars, Toy Story Trilogy, and even Up. I haven't seen any of those, and you guys must be thinking, are you crazy, Alex? You're a movie guy, and you've never seen these movies? Yes, I must be crazy, but it's just not my... I guess it's not my personal preference, or I have my own personal reasons for not wanting to watch them. And I'm sure they're all good. I've seen the tomato meter ratings at Rotten Tomatoes. They're all in the 90% plus range. And you know, they're all very, very good. But it's just not on the top of my list to watch any of those films. But WALL-E was a really good one, I'll tell you that. The types of animated films that I like to watch are ones like the Shrek films. I like Monster House. I like Ants. You know, a lot of these films have more, I guess, mature themes in them. They're for kids. They're animated, but they're still, as an adult, you'll notice that there's a lot more adult situations and adult themes, and also more mature dialogue. And I find that a lot of the mature dialogue and the mature humor is very cleverly written, and that draws me towards them because I find that I'm able to connect with this type of dialogue and humor and situations a lot more as an adult moviegoer. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I prefer to watch those films more. But Big Hero 6, a Disney animated film, I watched it and I really, really enjoyed it. It's a movie that's really about, you know, well, it's a Marvel film, so, I mean, obviously we're talking about good versus evil, superhero versus supervillain, and I really like a lot of the themes in this movie. I mean, it's nothing that's really groundbreaking, but I love the fact that it's about, you know, unlikely heroes. That's what I'll call them, unlikely heroes. You see this kid named Hero, and he you know, he wants to do something with his talent, but then, you know, that doing something like that is not really productive. It doesn't really have much value. But then his brother shows him a whole other, opens up a whole new world of you know, of this type of talent, and then it leads to something bigger and something that is something more positive. All right. But then something unfortunate happens, and then it's a story about the balance between revenge and doing what's right. Revenge or redemption. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It's got some really, really great animation. It's always great animation. I love the dialogue in this movie. I felt that it was really well written. The voice acting was great. I thought that James Cromwell particularly did a great job with his performance as a voice actor, and also the character of Baymax obviously provided a lot of great laughs. I mean, because the character of Baymax is really just AI, but really, really intelligent AI, but he's learning. He's learning as he goes on. It's very progressive, and obviously as a robotic character, he still goes through a lot of his developmental stages, along with the main lead actor, Hero. So that is really great for the movie, because you see a lot of character development, you see a lot of story development, and the action is great as well. The action's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a Disney animated film. It's got to be fun. It's very entertaining for kids. Even as an adult, I thought it was great. Especially, I really particularly like this chase sequence. This chase sequence, because the main bad guy is able to manipulate this type of robotic matter, and he can make anything with it, and by doing that, he makes them pretty much invincible. But for the heroes, or rather the good guys, trying to get away from that was actually pretty exciting. And then I like how they become unlikely heroes. I like that how they become superheroes themselves, even though they're totally not superheroes. And T.J. Miller's character was really fun. He had a lot of funny dialogue, and you know, it's just a great movie. I thought the setting was very creative to have it being taking place in San Francisco, which is a mix of San Francisco and Tokyo, which essentially is a Japanese-themed futuristic version of San Francisco. All right, and there's a lot of Japanese writing and characters all over the store names and all that stuff. So that was really cool. I'm not sure what year in the future it is. I must have missed that part. But you know what? At the end of the day, it was a really entertaining and fun movie. Now I'll tell you that this movie isn't perfect because the big mystery around who the villain is, who the main villain is, was really the turning point. And once you find out who he really is, it's kind of I personally thought that it wasn't as engaging as it was before you knew who he was. Because honestly speaking, I actually predicted who he was, and I predicted correctly. Because honestly, you only have a couple of choices. You can only guess right or wrong. Okay, and it was a 50-50 chance of who it could be, and I predicted it, and then from that point on, it wasn't as exciting. In fact, I thought that the final end sequence, the third act of the film, was just even those action sequences were just a little bit kind of boring to me, just because I've seen the best parts during that chase sequence, so it didn't get more exciting at the end. I just felt it was more or less the same stuff, considering that if you are someone who can control matter and shape it into however you want, you're pretty much invincible and you can do anything you want with it, and it's more or less the same kind of thing that you've already seen in the previous action sequences. So I felt a little bit disengaged, not quite disengaged, more like bored in the third act of the film. But you know what? I liked it for what it was, and that was just entertainment. And like I said, animation was great, voice acting was great, story was great, characters were great. It just kind of fell apart for me after the revelation of who the bad guy was. But I'm still giving it an 8 out of 10. I appreciate the production value in this. You know, it's got a lot of great moments. So go watch it. Go watch it if you like animated films. I mean, and go watch it if you are a Marvel film, because there are some Marvel Easter eggs in there. I'm not going to say what they are, but as a Marvel film, as a Marvel film enthusiast, you'll know what I'm talking about if you are really one. 8 out of 10. That's all I gotta say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed, what the hell? A lot of gas. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. I'm on Instagram. You can follow me at The Ragin Nation. I posted a Big Hero 6 photo in my latest Instagram photo album, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Than the previous iterations of Doctor Doom in the previous 2 films. So, I don't know, maybe we should give Josh Trank a chance, just because